His weapons, whack. His armor, whack. The way his shaders are always black, white, or red, whack. Me, I'm tight as f with my off-meta shit. People who continually try to use the best stuff just because they think it is the best have no concept of the fun and sheer psychological torture you can inflict on targets. I don't even need a script for this video. I've been playing these builds for so damn long, they are embedded in my very soul. And I'm gonna give you theme music for every single build. One of the benefits of running stuff that's not popular is, one, it's likely to get buffed. Praise the Lord, Lumina's finally getting its stats increased. 2, it's never going to be nerfed. And 3, people don't know how to deal with you. So here are 5 of my builds that I have been running for literal years that are some of the most powerful builds and combinations you can put together that isn't just the traditional, most popular brand of pumpkin spice at the time. These builds are designed to increase the fun factor of whatever it is you're doing, specifically within PvP, but they are very applicable for PvE as well. Destiny is one of the few shooter games that put damage buffs into the hands of players consistently. Lumina is the best for buffing damage permanently. Proc yourself any form of damage buff before going in, and on a high impact sniper with high impact reserves, you are capable of dealing over 200 damage with a body shot. That means that no matter your resilience, you are dead. Is it cheesy? Absolutely it's cheesy, but it's also hilarious. Lumina with a damage buff, which it can proc by itself, is capable of 1 headshot and 2 body shot on the lower resilience targets, meaning with a Arc Soul, you are able to clean up any target with ease. This build operates not only as a way to support your teammates, which your teammates will be very grateful for, but as a way to just absolutely tear through the enemy's line. The setup is incredibly easy. Run this with the Boots of the Assembler, the Lumina, which stacks into itself, allowing whenever you are standing in an Empowering Rift, which we will be running for this, on bottom tree Arc Strider for the Arc Souls, you are capable of getting a Noble Round for free. You don't even necessarily have to be near target, just stand in it for a bit. On top of that, you get a bonus to movement speed and Rift Recharge whenever you're near enemies, which means if you are doing your job correctly of being near your allies, you will be able to get your stuff back and ready to go for the next target very easily. If you're a better sniper than me, which many of you probably are, because I suck at sniping as evidenced by this build, you are going to make them regret ever queuing into the game with you. Just make sure that you slap your friendly in the back of the head with a Noble Round before you dive in. This build is a constant reminder to the enemy team that aiming is for poor people. Titans get a bad rap for being nothing but punchy boys, and frankly I tend to agree. However, have you ever considered the possibility of having literally more health than a super? With the combination of an Icefall Mantles, a Stasis Crystal with the Whisper of Chains, you can give yourself effectively over 400 health, which means that almost everything in the game won't be able to kill you by itself. You can survive things like shotgun hand cannon, a fucking rocket launcher, a sniper rifle to the head, unless it's the highest of impacts. But of course you aren't able to sprint or move around very quickly when you have the Icefall Mantle's shield active. So what do? You give yourself the weapon that has one of the best TTKs in the game, the Sweet Business. As it requires you to be somewhat stationary, Sweet Business will rip and tear through the enemy line in a glorious fashion. I am heavy weapons guy, and this is my weapon. Before every fight, make sure that you throw down an ice crystal, either from your melee or from your grenade. Pop a few ice crystals to get the build going. It is a resource management build. Pop your overshield and get to spraying. To the head, this thing will deal a 0.6 TTK. That is faster than almost every gun in the game. That's on par with the Forerunner, and all you have to do is get it spun up. And yes, when it's spun up, it's 150 rounds of bullet hose. Accuracy through volume alone. You don't need to be accurate when you can be extra. This build gets more oppressive in even smaller engagements. The less teammates that are shooting at you, the more likely you're able to just 1vx the entire enemy team. The biggest threat it has is the things that can kill super, but really, how often is your enemy going to be capable of killing a super on the regular? They fear what they do not understand, and they do not understand. Brr. This Warlock build is the fastest, build in the game. Yes, it is faster than Top Tree Dawn. I defy you to prove me wrong. It is faster than something you can do with the shoulder charge. The combination of MIDA Multitool and astrocyte burst allows you to blink from one side of the map to the other before the enemy finishes capturing their first zone. The amount of pressure you can apply to any space in the map with this setup is ungodly. Barring some type of super or some type of eager edge cheese, this will get there faster than your opponent, which means if your opponent's trying to run away, you will catch them if you're even half decent. Just be careful to keep an eye on your blink. You get roughly 2.5 charges every 6 seconds, but with a little bit of practice, you can easily master that. I'm running this with a shotgun that's probably going to end up being the meta next season. I'm calling it right now, the Sojourner's Tale. I'm running this with quick draw and opening shot, of course, MIDA, and I'm running this on Middle Tree Nova Warp. I am so excited that Void 3.0 is going to give me the ability to get rid of handheld Supernova because it is now trash. Slap an Axion Bolt on in order to apply more pressure and just get good at closing the gap or making a gap when you need to. The biggest threat to this build is hand cannons, but there's a really easy way to work around them if you can just blink back and be 15 meters away. Most things aren't going to be able to close that gap while you plink them down with MIDA, which is another weapon that has gone under the radar, having a 0.9 second TTK, and if the resilience is low enough, you can hit a body shot and it will kill them. One of the funnest builds I have ever made. This is the reason I come back to Destiny. Perhaps you're more of the hunter type and you don't want to be the one running around with stompies. Instead, you want to be called a bitch for being invisible all the time. Well, boy, do I have a build for you. The Rat King is an incredibly good weapon. It has a really solid 0.5 second TTK, which is, again, some of the fastest in the game, and bow swapping with a quick access sling mod is still one of the strongest and most annoying combos to deal with. This build revolves around you permanently staying invisible and then stacking benefits. Go invisible before a fight by dodging. We are running this with Top Tree Night Stalker. Get into a space where you're probably around fusion range. Try to get a headshot with the bow. Quick access sling, swap into your sidearm, in this case your Rat King, get a kill, reload, and swap back to your bow. If you've got the catalyst and everything set up, I've got a Wolf Tone draw with Harmony as well. You will have a bonus damage on your Wolf Tone draw, plus health regeneration and invisibility, allowing you to continuously string together kills without your target even knowing you're there. If you're able to get a double kill and get an Orb of Flight, I run a Taking Charge, High Energy Fire, stacks on stacks, and then you swap back over to your Harmony bow. Your bow is now capable of one-shot headshotting, and you get 2 of them. For 10 seconds, you have a bow that will one-shot headshot while you're invisible. It is the most disgusting thing you can do if you get it rolling. Run this on the Graviton Forfeit for the increased duration of your invisibility, as well as a faster recharge on your smoke, which is another great way to throw off radar. Just simply throw that smoke in some random direction and go the opposite direction. The super's still pretty ass, but the grenades are pretty damn solid. Don't run this with the Marksman's Dodge, run this on Gambler's Dodge, as obviously you'll be able to reload your thing and get invis from your Rat King anyway, and you don't want to overstack your benefits. If you want to continue the invisibility chain, just simply dodge while your Rat King effect is active and you'll continue the duration of your invisibility. Go be the anime assassin you always wish to be. I've saved the most disgusting build for last. This build has been targeted for nerfs or bans outright by the competitive community continually, yet I will continue to abuse it. Valkyrie runs the Ariana's Vow and a quick access sling kinetic bow. This build does not require you to hit headshots if you don't want to. Quick access sling, swap from a body shot on your bow into your Ariana's into another body shot from your Ariana's, and you will be able to guarantee a kill on almost every resilience. But I can't leave well enough alone, and I want to push stupid to a whole new level. So run the borderline toxic Stag helmet for increased damage resistance while inside your Rift, as well as more Rift energy in general. Run an empowering Rift, and Ariana's Vow will now begin to one-shot headshot things. The nice thing is that absolutely everything will combo into something else. Bow into Ariana's, kill. Ariana's into bow, sure, why not, kill. Bow into melee, kill. Ariana's into melee, kill. You also have access to take angles from places that nobody is expecting you from in the air. This is one of the best long-range builds in the game that doesn't even require you to be the best with any type of precision weapons such as a sniper rifle. You absolutely will start farming hate mail. These There's a reason this is banned in tournaments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like and subscribe. If you don't, I will come after your toes with an eager-edged sword. In the meantime, bless your faces and deuces.